Hi guys, it's Becky here. So today I am going to show you how to make a sin-free spaghetti bolognese. So for this recipe you will need some Frylight or low calorie cooking spray, excuse me. I've got beef and pork mince here, you need the lean kind. I've got some salt, some pepper, some smoked paprika, dried mixed herbs. I've got 2 onions, these are quite small, you can see that. Some passata, some chopped tomatoes, some tomato puree. Also got some peppers here, and of course some spaghetti. So what I'm going to do is I've got my pan already heated up, and then I'm going to transfer just the mince into the pan, and then I'll tell you and show you the next step. Okay, what I did was I sprinkled the beef oxo cube, I've got to mention that, over the meat before I put it in, and then I added some salt and pepper. So in the pan I've only got the minced meat, the stock cube and some salt and pepper, and I will put a little bit of smoked paprika in now, and then I'll probably put some more in later. Remember, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I say to sort of taste as you go along. Obviously once the meat's cooked, you can taste the sauce and then adjust to your liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this all down so when it's browned, and then once it's browned I'll drain it to get any excess liquid or fat off. Okay, and then in the meantime I'm going to dice my onions and get my garlic and everything ready, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so my meat has been cooking now for around 5 to 10 minutes, and if I can get a good look, I can just show you there's some that liquid at the bottom, and we don't want that in our food. Okay, so what I'm going to do is drain that, and then I'll put it back in here, and I'll just put in everything else. So I've just chopped up my onions, and I went in the fridge to look for something, and I actually found some orange and red peppers as opposed to just a normal red pepper. And I've got 2 bits of garlic ready to crush up, and I've also opened my tin of tomatoes, and I've opened my passata, which we'll be using both of those for the sauces. And I'll just quickly show you again everything that you'll need. Okay, so I'm just going to drain this. Again, we don't want this liquid in the bottom. And then I will put in my vegetables and then show you the next step. Okay, so everything's gone in. All the vegetables that I showed you, the garlic, I crushed that in. You can slice it if you prefer. Use less or more garlic to decide taste. And I've got my onions in there, I've got my peppers. Okay, and I'm just going to put some tinned tomatoes in. So just bear with me 1 second. Pour it in gradually, you don't want to put the whole lot in at once, just so you get a feel for how the sauce is going to go. And all this food we're using at the moment is free, and I think the peppers might be super free, which is always good. So it's packed full of loads of vegetables, and obviously the onions and that are all cooked down. Yeah, use as many or as little onions as you like. Use more, use less. Okay, I'm going to go for the rest of this tin of tomatoes. You can see that still looks quite dry. And then I find the passata will add a more sauce-like texture. So I think these tomatoes, yeah, mixing it around. Okay, and I'm going to season that. I'm going to put a bit of Lea and Perrins in. Small paprika and some dry mixed herbs, and I'll be back with the next stage. Okay, so slowly, you don't want to put it all in at once, add some passata. This is what makes the sauce. Oh, sorry, I wasn't filming that then. And then I'll mix it around properly when I've got both hands. Okay, and then just keep seasoning it as you want it to taste. Taste it throughout. Your meat will be cooked by now, so it doesn't matter if you eat some of the meat. Let's try and aim on tasting on the sauce. Add your seasonings. Now this is what you should be using. Puree we'll use in a little while. You can add it now if you prefer. Paprika, it's optional, but I find it gives it a sort of warm, sweetish taste. Your pepper, your mixed herbs, your salt, and your Lea Perrins, and of course your passata, and your tin tomato should be in it already. Okay, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so it's been cooking for about another 10 minutes, and we've added, or I've added, some more salt and pepper, some mixed herbs, and some more Lea Perrins, and I've also got my pasta pot on to boil. It's not even heated up yet, but I put in there some salt and a vegetable stock cube, and then I'll put, once the pasta's in there, I'll put some more salt on the top. Okay, and I'll let you know the next step in a minute. Okay, so this has been simmering away for about 10, yeah, I'd say about 10 minutes now. I'm just going to give it a little mix round. Important thing, remember what I said before, just to keep tasting it throughout and to give it a mix. Also, if you are a vegetarian or you're cooking for a vegetarian person, feel free to use corn mince, just adjust cooking times so that you get your food and that right. I'm just going to check on my pasta pot. It's on a low setting. Oh, bear with me a second. Yeah, that's going to probably start boiling in about 5 minutes, and then I'll get my pasta in, and then of course I will show you the next step. Okay, so this has been cooking for another additional 10 minutes. If you can see how much it's sort of cooked or reduced down from when you saw it a minute ago. And as you can see, my pasta's starting to simmer, so I'm just pasta water even, there's no pasta in there yet. And I'm just going to turn that up to bring that up to the boil. And of course I've tasted this throughout, and it's actually tasting really, really yummy. And then make sure you do the same when you make yours. And then once my pasta's in, I will get on and show you the next stage. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Okay, so my pasta water's come up to the boil, and I've put in the spaghetti, and I've also added some more salt on the top. And I've tasted the spaghetti bolognese, well, the bolognese I should say, and we've added some, what have you added to it, Trev?
Your mum. You know what I've added to it. We've added salt and pepper, some more passata because it went a bit dry, so left it on the hob for a little bit longer, some water just to bring some moisture into it, and this has been cooking probably for about an hour from scratch, from when I first started cooking the mince, and I will show you what it looks like once it's all dished up. Also, I was going to say, once my pasta's done, I'm going to be seasoning it with some Perfect Shake or Season All, whichever way you want to say it, and a bit of salt. Although I already used salt in the water, this will give it just a bit more flavour. And I've grated some cheese up. If you haven't had your healthy extra for the day, that would be nice to go on the top. If not, you can take that as sins anyway. And it's not long now till my pasta's boiling. Cooked. It's boiling now. Okay. And also with spaghetti bolognese, chili con carne or curry, the longer you leave it, the better the flavours will become. So if you want to maybe do it in a slow cooker, that's cool. Yeah, so we'll get in there slowly. Okay, and this is what it looks like when it's all plated up. So you've got your pasta, your bolognese, and I put a sprinkling of cheese on the top. And just basically adjust the recipe to your taste, how you like it, and just have fun with it basically. And don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Take care, bye.